Hey gamers, today we're going to look at Leonardo da Vinci's reprint, Codex Leicester. Let's check it out. Setup for the game is easy. You'll put these out according to the number of players, put up these upgrades, put them on the board. Each player is going to have their own little player shield. They'll start with 3 apprentices right here on their board, a master apprentice, a locked apprentice, and a locked mechanical apprentice here. 2 workshops, one with the tongs on it here and one with the hammers here. These extra apprentices will go in this area here for every player, and they will have their little flag status here, all these cubes lined up here. They're going to shuffle the deck, give 4 of these out. They're going to pick 2 of these, and those will be their starting resources, whatever it says there. On top of that, depending on what player order they're going in, will determine if they get 1, 2, 3, 4, depending on how far they are back, extra coins on top of any coins they start with and coins they pick from this deck. You're going to deal out 7 cards from this deck here. These are just, I can't remember, these are like the mega inventions that you can create here. And you'll just put them off to the side of the board. You'll shuffle the scrolls here, put 4 out here, or depending on the number of players, you may put out less. You'll shuffle through these little privilege tokens and then deal some out right here on the player board. The order does not matter. You'll have 1 marker here in the market area on 0, round marker right over there, all the available resources right here. You're also going to shuffle this deck here, lay out 4 cards here to be worked on now, and then 4 cards here to be worked on in the future. Now, how the game goes is fairly simple. Everyone's going to pick up their master and apprentice, and first thing they're going to do is they're going to announce if they're working on any of these available inventions, and if so, they can put their hammer or tongs, but they don't have a workshop here for the tongs yet. So just the hammer, and they'll put the hammer on the invention. Now, they must have the resources printed, as you see here at the bottom of the card. When they do that, they put the resources right here in the basement. And multiple people can work on one invention at one time. And then during the game, starting with the first player and going around, they're going to be placing their people in one of these areas on the board or within their own workshop, as you see here in these lit areas. Now, once they place someone in an area, this is area control, meaning whoever has the most there, with the master being a 1.5 and apprentice just being a point, whoever has the most there will go first. So, for example, if green was here and yellow put 2 apprentices here, yellow would actually go first, then green would. Okay, but once you place in an area, you may not place again later on that turn in the same area. So that means you had to place all your apprentices in one area and just leave it there and go to the next one. Once everyone has decided where they're going to go, then you're going to solve it in alphabetical order, starting with A and going all the way to F. I'm sorry, I there. And as you're doing this, you are looking at these actions here. It says through B through H. So you're going to resolve each one of these actions. What does that mean? Well, the first one is whoever is first place here, they get to decide what level they're going. If they were third, maybe they want to go first. Maybe they want to go second. But everyone's token is going to be down here, and you're going to rearrange your token and go whichever way you want to go. Once you've done that, then first and second player on this list will get to pick one of these scrolls. And these scrolls give you immediate benefits or ongoing benefits. The rule book's fairly simple, and the iconography is very easy, too, to understand. Now, whichever scrolls do not get picked, they're going to receive an extra coin at the end of every round. So that means the next person who takes this may take 1 coin immediately in any coin that's there. And that coin can stack up to 4 coin in one space. If 4 coin are up and then no one wants it, you just discard it and then bring out another one. Now, through the game, you will have to reshuffle these into the deck. But for right now, you'll bring 2 more out. And that's just for the next round there. Now, that's A. What B does, B gives you the ability to upgrade one of your units or get a mechanical man. either way, or you can, for $1, you can do some work in one of these workshops here. How this would work, if I announce the workshop, one of the things I should have done here, it says it takes 4 work to complete this. So I would place my black hammer on the 4, and any work I did would be tracked by this green hammer. Once the green hammer makes it or passes the black hammer, I have resolved it, and I will get this, and I can do this at any time during the round when I'm setting places. I can place 3 people here, and then do the work of 1, 2, 3. And if somehow later on I had extra spaces and I got on there and passed it, if I was the first one to get it, I would grab this card and get 4 coin. Everyone else, if they were working on this, once they finish it, they would get 3 coin. Okay. Now they can choose not to get it. They can just abandon the workshop. They'll get their resource back and everything. But I keep the card. I get the special ability and I get this emblem, which can come in handy in in-game points at the end of the game. So that's how inventions work. Now, back to the field here. If I grab a mechanical man, he can go in these furnace tiles. I shouldn't have put a prince there. He goes in these furnace tiles, and he automatically counts as 1 work. So if I did happen to place 2 apprentices there, it would actually do the work of 3 men because that's what he does there. Now, once you've unlocked everything here, there's nothing else for you here. But as the rounds go on, this action will change. So you can unlock mechanical men or unlock little upgrades on your board. So if I got this, it would open up my Tong workshop. And now I could be working on 2 separate projects at a time as long as I had the resources. C is over here, and this is where you can free up one of your apprentices. Oh, and I should mention, what do B, C, and all the way to I, what do they count, or all the way to H, I should say, what do they count as for cost? Right here will tell you, whoever took the first action. So let's say, and I'm going to bring out blue here, that blue was actually going second, right here. So I went first because I'm the apprentice. I'm the master apprentice. I get a 1.5 here. I would go first. I grab one of these upgrades and then remove my man from the board. And then that was for free. Now, if blue wanted to take it, they would have to pay 2 coin for that. And if yellow was in this and they were third, they'd play third and then fourth. Once you've taken a 4th action there, even though there may be more people there, you may not take any more actions. So only 4 actions can be taken at any of these spots. So you got to be careful that they don't max out, or at least that you have a chance to buy something before it moves up and gets too expensive. Now, if let's say blue didn't want it and I would have been next in line behind blue, can I buy something for 2? Absolutely. If blue didn't buy anything, then I can buy it. So sometimes people are passing on things because they're too expensive. So that's what counts B through H. It even says this, B through H, that's going to be the goal here. Once you get to C, you set it back to 0 again, and so on and so forth. So that's how you can free up men. Now, eventually, all your extra apprentices are going to go here, and depending what round it is, the 3rd, 5th, and 7th round, you're going to be paying an extra coin for every one of those apprentices there, or they're going to be moved back here to this area if you can't afford it. D through H is all of the resources there, the different types of resources you're going to need to work on these projects. And, of course, you'll keep using the slide market rule to buy them. You can only buy 1 at a time, so they could get more expensive. Let's say I was the only one here. I could buy 2 coal. The first one would be for free. The second one would be 2. And then I'd grab the coal over here and put it over here in my work area. I wouldn't put it in the basement there because I'm not working on a subject yet. Remember, you claim projects at the beginning of the round, not at the end. Now, at any time, remember, you can also work on a super project here. These will offer in-game points, and the rule book will tell you what each one of them does for you. All right, so during the game, you may be able to achieve certain objectives. Like this one says, hey, win A once and twice. Or it could say, hey, unlock all of your mechanical man and upgrades here, or unlock all of your apprentices, or finish 1 project, or finish 2 of the same type project. Type meaning these little types over to the right side of it. Or complete one of those big 15 ones. Whenever you unlock one of these during a turn, you may take this cube, and first off, you're going to move your little flag down and take the reward on it. Sometimes it's either mechanical man or an extra apprentice, and whichever one you didn't take on that first round, you'll get it later on when you get down to this area here. But you keep getting the award, unlocking cubes, and as you're unlocking the cubes, you're going to be claiming one of the actions on the board. And they're very self-explanatory, and the rule book will explain each one if you have any issues. And you can only claim each of these privileges once throughout the game. All right. After that, after everyone's done, they'll recollect all of their apprentices and whatnot on the board, place them back on. And of course, again, we look at the turn order depending on who won this one, and we start again. We move the round tracker down and we keep going. Now, we move on down here. In the 3rd round, everyone pays for their apprentices. In the 4th round, we take one of these tokens, and it says we put it over B. So now you would go to B. Maybe you've unlocked a few or all of your upgrades at this point. There may be no need to go here. But now look, 2 coins can buy 2 work in either one of these workshops, whichever one you want. to help move your projects along. And then later on, 5, you'd pay for everyone again. And then here it says, put this on C and B. So that would go on C and B there. And now for 3 coin, a little bit more expensive, but you have more coin at this point. And now you're doing 2 work at either one of those places, because now you may have all of your apprentices unlocked. And so that makes this area a little bit more viable. At the end, though, you pay for apprentices. And this is the last round where now the market here goes to selling, not buying, but selling these pieces. And you use this bottom area here. So the first person to sell whatever good would get 2 coin, and then every other player would get 1. But the last 2 players could do it 2 or 3 times. And same rules apply like in the market. So if someone didn't have anything else to sell, maybe they sold both of theirs and there's nothing more, they thought they had more and they didn't, they end up using it, then the next player in line could use that 3 times button if they wanted to there. But that resets for each market one. And you want to sell your goods because goods are worth nothing at the end of the game. In fact, when you get to the end of the game, it even tells you right here what everything's worth. For all of these different symbols that you got on the top right of the card here, you can get in-game points. So you're getting all different symbols there would give you 15 points. You'd add all that up. And then any equal symbols that you got, you could even get 6 or 10 points. Then you'd score any in-game points that were listed on your 15 card here, whatever they were. And again, resources are worth 0, nada, nothing, zilch. And whoever has the most points wins. Final thoughts. Am I getting the name right? I don't know. But this is the reprint of a board game that I just bought for the first time last year. I love this game. I think it's awesome. The new version came out. Didn't even know it till earlier this year. Bought a copy. Wow. Got rid of my old copy. This new copy has a lot of new rules. I like the way that they do claiming workshops. If you want to know what the old rule was, you can look at my old review of Leonardo Da Vinci. And there's nothing wrong with Leonardo Da Vinci, the old version of the game. In fact, if you're looking for something cheap, this one's not cheap, but it's really nice. I think it's well worth your time. The pieces are nice. The artwork is beautiful. Everything is beautiful about this game. I absolutely adore this game. I prefer this over the old one. However, if you're on a budget, get the old one. The old one is still super cheap. Like we're talking $10, and it is a fantastic game. But when I played this one, I knew I didn't need the old one anymore. Boy, do I love it. I think it's fantastic. It was already in my top 100 this past year, and this is just going to cement it there, if not have it move up, because I was just really impressed by the look. This is how board games should be made and created or reprinted, with a lot of love, a lot of thought, and I really like what Dice Tree Games did. In fact, you need to check out some of their other games they got out there. Sometimes they're on Amazon, and they are well worth it. They're beautiful looking games, and I wouldn't mind adding a few more to my collection. All right, gamers, that's it for now. Until next time, you know what to do. Game on!